The city was still soaked in last night's rain when the black limousine stopped in front of the cemetery gates. A man stepped out slowly, as though every movement weighed 1,000 pounds. He was tall, broad-shouldered, dressed in a black suit that probably cost more than some people earned in a year. Yet grief had twisted his features into something fragile. His name was Raymond Hart, one of the richest entrepreneurs in the state, but today none of his wealth mattered. Today was the first-year anniversary of his daughter's passing. He walked between rows of silent stones until he reached the one with her name carved in gentle curves. Amelia Hart, age 17, forever loved. His fingers trembled as he placed a white rose on the grave. A cold wind swept across the cemetery, carrying the faint sound of approaching footsteps. At first, he didn't care who it was. People passed through here all the time. But then a soft, hesitant voice broke the silence. "Sir, excuse me." Raymond turned, expecting a caretaker or a mourner. Instead, he found a young black girl, maybe 14 or 15, standing a few feet away. She wore ripped jeans, an oversized hoodie, and shoes with the soles barely hanging on. Her hair was tied back messily, her cheeks sunken from hunger. But her eyes, wide, brown, cautious, carried a strange mix of fear and courage. "What is it?" Raymond asked, not unkindly, just exhausted. The girl swallowed hard. "I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bother you. I saw you crying." Raymond blinked, surprised. "You shouldn't be here alone. This place isn't safe at this hour." The girl hugged herself tightly. "Nowhere is safe for me." A beat of silence stretched between them. He noticed then that she had a small backpack on her shoulder, dirty, worn out, like it was the only thing she owned. "You're homeless," he said softly. She nodded. "And you approached me. Why?" She hesitated, eyes flicking toward the grave he stood beside. Because I saw her picture on the headstone." Raymond stiffened. "My daughter." "I'm sorry," the girl said quickly. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I swear." "It's fine," Raymond sighed. "What did you want to say?" The girl looked down, twisting her fingers together. "Sir, I think I've seen them." "Seen who?" She took a shaky breath. "Those girls in the photo beside your daughter, I've seen them. They live on my street." Raymond felt his heart jump painfully against his ribs. "What are you talking about?" he asked, turning fully toward her now. The girl dug into her backpack and pulled out a folded paper, an old missing teen flyer, water-damaged and wrinkled. Two girls smiled from the picture, Sarah and Mia, Amelia's best friends, the last ones to see her alive the night she disappeared. Raymond's voice trembled. "Where did you get this?" "They were handing them out months ago," she whispered. "When those girls went missing. Everybody thought they ran away. But I'm telling you, sir, I've seen them." Raymond stepped closer, his sorrow momentarily burned away by a spark of desperate hope. "You're certain?" The girl nodded. "Yes. They're scared. They never come out in the daylight. Always bruised. Always quiet." A cold chill crept up Raymond's spine. "Who are they living with?" he asked sharply. The girl looked around as if the gravestones had ears. "A man," she said in barely a whisper. "A bad one. Everybody on the street knows to stay away. But no one says anything. Why not call the police?" She laughed bitterly. "Police don't come to my street, sir." Raymond felt a rage rising inside him, one he hadn't felt in a year, not since the night Amelia died under mysterious circumstances that left more questions than answers. "Come with me," he said gently. The homeless girl froze. "What?" "I'm not going to hurt you," Raymond assured her. "I want you to show me where they are." She shook her head slowly. "Sir, my street is dangerous. I can handle dangerous." He reached into his coat and showed her a badge, not of authority, but of access and resources, his security firm's director identification. "It's not just me. I have people." Her lips trembled. "Why me?" "Because," Raymond said quietly, "you're the first person in a year who has given me even a sliver of hope." The girl wiped her eyes with her sleeve. "Okay." They walked out of the cemetery together, the morning light breaking through the clouds like a fragile promise. In the limousine, the girl sat stiffly, trying not to touch anything. Raymond noticed. "You can relax. What's your name?" "Talia." "How long have you been living on the streets?" "Since my mom died," she replied softly. "Daddy left long before that. So I just stayed around. Learned the corners. Learned the dark places." Raymond's heart clenched. "How old are you?" 15. He exhaled sharply. You should be in school. She shrugged. School doesn't want kids who haven't showered. He looked away, jaw tight. The world could be unbearably cruel. Tell me about the girls, he said. Talia looked out the window. The man who keeps them, he's careful. He doesn't let them talk to anyone. But I saw them once from the back window of the abandoned laundromat where I sleep. They were sitting on the floor of a room across the alley. Crying. Did you ever hear them speak? A few times. They asked him to let them call someone. Asked to go home. He screamed at them. Hit the wall. Hit something else. Raymond's fists curled. Why didn't you tell someone sooner? Talia's eyes filled again. Because nobody listens to girls like me. He didn't argue. He knew she was right. The limousine pulled into one of the roughest neighborhoods in the city. Broken windows. Graffiti. Children playing barefoot in puddles. Grown men watching from shadowed porches with unreadable expressions. This is it, she whispered. Raymond leaned forward. Driver, circle the block slowly. Don't stop. Talia pointed. There. That brown house with the metal bars on the windows. Raymond recognized it instantly, a place too fortified for any normal tenant. The girls live there. She nodded. We need proof, he muttered. Something solid. Talia hesitated. I can get closer, she said. Just promise you'll get them out if it's really them. Raymond stared at her. You'd risk yourself like that. She swallowed. I know what it's like to be trapped. Even if I'm not in a cage. His chest tightened painfully. He handed her a small device. This records audio. Hold it tight. Don't talk unless you have to. Talia nodded. The driver slowed near the alley. Talia slipped out unnoticed, moving like she had done it 1,000 times, quiet, invisible. Raymond watched from the tinted glass, his pulse pounding. Talia reached the alleyway, creeping behind trash bins and broken wood panels. She crouched beside a cracked window. Raymond held his breath. A faint voice floated out. Please, please don't hurt us. We want to go home. His heart nearly stopped. It was Sarah's voice. Talia held the recorder closer. Then another girl spoke, sobbing. Mia, don't cry. He'll get mad again. Raymond's entire body trembled. They were alive. After a year, after a funeral for one daughter and no answers for the two who vanished, he finally knew the truth. A shadow moved inside the house. Talia pulled back immediately. A man's voice growled, shut up or all. Raymond signaled the driver. Go. He opened his phone and dialed his private security command. This is Hart. I have a confirmed location. Code red. Extraction. Children involved. Talia ran back to the limousine, breathing hard, clutching the recorder. You did well, Raymond said, pulling her inside quickly. I'm proud of you. No one had ever told her that before. Within minutes, black SUVs rolled into the street, quiet, controlled, precise. Raymond's elite team. One nodded at him. We have the house surrounded. Waiting for your order. Go, Raymond said through clenched teeth. The operation lasted less than 2 minutes. The man inside tried to fight back, shouting curses, swinging wildly. He didn't last long. When the door finally burst open, Raymond pushed through the team despite their protests. The two girls sat trembling in the dimly lit room, bruised, terrified, chained to a radiator. Raymond collapsed to his knees. Mia, Sarah, it's me. You're safe now. The girls burst into uncontrollable sobs. He wrapped them both in his arms, burying his face in their hair. His security team swallowed hard, some looking away, moved by the scene. Talia stood in the doorway, hugging herself, tears spilling silently. Raymond looked up at her, eyes shining. You saved them, he said. No, she whispered. You saved them. He shook his head. I never would have found them without you. Her lip trembled. One of the rescued girls looked at Talia and whispered, thank you. Talia smiled shyly. I'm glad you're okay. Raymond stood, walking toward her. What about you? He asked softly. Where will you go now? She shrugged, trying to appear strong. Back to my street, I guess. No, Raymond said firmly. Not anymore. Talia looked up, confused. What do you mean? I mean, he said gently, you're coming with us. Her eyes widened. What? No, I can't. I don't belong. Yes, you do, Raymond interrupted. You belong in safety. In a warm home. With food. With school. With people who care. Talia's voice cracked. Why would you do that for me? Raymond glanced at the girls he had just rescued, then at the grave still fresh in his memory. Because, he whispered, my daughter would have wanted me too. Talia covered her mouth with her hands as tears streamed down her cheeks. Raymond put a hand on her shoulder. You're not alone anymore. She collapsed into him, sobbing harder than she had in years. The sun broke through the clouds, casting warm light across the broken neighborhood as the SUVs carried them away from darkness. Sarah and Mia held Talia's hands tightly, as though she had been their guardian angel. Raymond looked at the three of them, broken, bruised, but alive, and felt something he hadn't felt in a year. Hope. Real, breathing hope. For the girls. For Talia. For himself. And for the first time since Amelia's death, he whispered into the wind. Thank you, my sweet girl. The city moved on as though nothing miraculous had happened that morning. But for Raymond, for the rescued girls, and especially for Talia, everything changed forever. And somewhere, in a quiet corner of the heavens, a 17-year-old girl smiled.